Alright, what's up everybody? How you guys doing? We got game 2 here of the, not game 2, round 2 here of the bi-weekly, that's right, bi-weekly 2v2 tournament. Sorry, it's usually monthly. This is the first time that it's coming in as a bi-weekly tournament. And I'm pumped. So this is Sky. Ooh, look at how the islands in the sky move. Alright, so we got Street Handles and Death up against Lennox and Furfinder. Lennox and Furfinder took out the legendary Ron Jobber and Kliz team when they went tank ADC, and by that I mean an ADC built as a tank, and they went damage kept them. But they looked really strong still, Furfinder and Lennox. These guys are two premier 2v2 players in these tournaments though. Death and Street definitely have gone the distance several times. They have a very strong comp here with the Raijin Ullr. Raijin, one of the strongest mages right now in the 1v1, and I'd imagine the 2v2 scene. We haven't seen too much of him, but he's just such a powerful burst mage with such long range and a great escape that I would assume he is very powerful in this mode as well. And they've got, of course, you know, the all-powerful Ullr. On the other side of things, much more underrated gods. But the Cernnunos always strong, but never like the since his nerfs, it hasn't been the top dog anymore, really the go-to hunter. And Hades is really just like an underdog. He's kind of like a sleeper in any situation. Hades, it all works. It all comes down to how you you work with him and how the enemy works around him. If you can get some great openings with his ultimate, you know, things would be fantastic. But these guys have some pretty good escapes, so it's going to be difficult for them to make full use of the Hades, especially with Ullr stuffing him every time he tries to approach. They also don't really have a tank, and neither does the blue team. So both of them kind of just riding this one out, going probably near full damage on their mages here, which is definitely a different style than we've seen before. Generally about like a mage and a warrior that ends up being popular, or hunter or guardian. But in terms of safe poke, the blue team has it, you know, by far in spades. Lennox with a pretty risky jump there. They weren't able to capitalize. Ooh. Street Handles with a lot of damage here. Look at that. The shots coming out from Death are way too much for Lennox. Yeah, see, as soon as he expends his jump like that, which has to be... Uh-oh. Oh! Damn! That was hot. Wow, just using the combined, you know, range of these two gods like that to set up a combo from that far away that would manage to kill. This shows the true strength of these two gods and the synergy between these two players. That was great. But yeah, there it goes, you know, the real weakness of Hades, you know, trying to open up on somebody like that and then just getting interrupted. He's already expelled his dash. He's a very squishy target if he doesn't build tank. And he didn't have the backup of Furfinder as quickly as he needed it. Oh my god! Once again, almost dead Furfinder. From all the way across the tower line.
Let's switch it up.
Yeah, I think Hades into these two particular gods is probably the worst thing you could imagine. Oh wow, I didn't even think it was gonna hit, but it did, and they find it! This comp is looking disgusting, like actually nasty. They have just so much range accessible to them, and Hades is the complete opposite. He needs to dive in like that, put himself in harm's way just to deal a little bit of damage and hope to set something up. These guys have so many confirmed kill opportunities from halfway across the goddamn map. Yeah, I don't know why he picked the Hades here. Uses the ult there. Unfortunately, you're forgetting that Street Handles does have the mobility now in that ultimate to be able to get out. He used to be a little bit slower. Maybe wouldn't have been able to make it out in the past. But updated Raijin certainly had enough there. Oh, so close. And they need this kill so badly. Death doesn't have a jump, but they don't have the damage. And Death's actually looking to turn it around. They want something here. Wow, look how much damage he's able to just shell out from so far away. That's just what drives me crazy with these gods. Like, it just looks so one-sided in terms of these comps. Yeah, I agree with Jabber. If the enemy team had a Guardian instead of the Hades, I don't know why that's what they chose. Yeah, Transcendence being opted into here. A lot of people have been going it on the Ullr. I mean, he's just got so much burst to offer. And in a 2v2, he can rely more on his burst damage than on his autos. So I can definitely see burst being prioritized more in 2v2 than Duel. Okay, there goes the dash. They missed a little bit. There's no ultimate available, though, unfortunately, for Lennox. And the ult is up for Street, so they are so far behind here. I don't see how they're going to make it out of this. Lennox goes down again.
Let's switch it up.
Yeah, this is looking like a slaughter here in round 2.
Let's switch it up.
Book of the Dead was picked up by Lennox to try to give himself a little bit more health while giving him the power that he needs. And a nice amount of health. You know, 200 straight up for that is great. The problem with it is it's expensive. So having built into that, he doesn't really have much room for anything else. And Devo Gloves on the Fur Finder is going to be tough as well, because he's got to stack that up all the way to 70 from as far behind as he is. Some missed axes here from Death, but oof. See how much that one hits for now? They need to concoct some sort of strategy. I think they need the Hades to go full tank.
Trains, baby. I love switch it up.
Hey, Cooter and I, thank you so much for the 3 months. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you for all the support you give me. Ooh, good axe that time. Misses the 3. Street's looking around, and ooh, finds a nice jump onto both of them, but puts himself in harm's way. But unfortunately, Lennox actually has to cancel the ult early there because he doesn't want to get blown up himself. Lets the kill go. I don't see how this one's going to go on much further. I am fully expecting an F6 after maybe one more wipe. I like that Street went straight into the Gem of ISO here. It's such a potent item on Raijin, and it's also gives him a nice chunk of health as well. 250 to be able to be a little bit more frontliney.
Let's switch it up.
Be able to take those dives more often.
Take this.
Yeah, we'll see how Lennox continues to build here. I think maybe from the get-go, if he just went, you know, maybe a starter into boots and then went for a defensive item, things could have worked out a little bit better. Granted, Hades would still not be the opportune defensive pick, or the optimal pick, rather. But it would be better, you know, than the situation they're in now, where they're really grasping that trust. They can't get that Hades damage off at all. And they can't set up for Cernnunos as a result. Ooh, look at that young ISO. Oh my god. So much slow. But he doesn't. Doesn't he make it out? Oh my god, he does! Aegis comes out though, and Fur Finder finds it. So much damage from Death on the turn, but that's okay because they did get a return kill that was very big for them. They didn't get the big money from killing Death, but they did take out Street, and you know, it stops the enemy team's momentum a little bit regardless. Also, the fact that it went to the ADC is great. You can tell that Fur is like ready to go. And not to say that Lennox wouldn't be either on it if he was under different conditions here.
Let's switch it up.
Because Fur, whenever he jumps into the fight, he does very well. He just doesn't have the opportunity right now. His level, he's too far behind in experience. And he doesn't pull the same kind of range that Ullr does, or just the same amount of general power and 1v1 trades that Ullr does in general.
I love him.
Yay, he pooped. Thank you so much for the 15 months, big booty. Street hanging around waiting for this red buff to come up. Yeah, defense item is picked up here for the Hades, but it's a Jade Mountain Helm. Almost, but red buff does go to Street. I didn't want to look the turn on them there, but Blue wants to take this fight. Lennox jumped down already. This is just you. Poor guy, he is getting picked on like crazy, and it sucks to be in that position because there's so little you can do. Hopefully his teammates not blaming him too much for anything other than the pick, to be honest. And not betting out Ullr, I think it's a very big problem in this 2v2 right now with how ridiculously strong he is. I'm hoping that he gets some nerfs soon. Otherwise, I'd say he's probably the premier ADC right now, or definitely a premier ADC right now. So you can't really just be letting him through without, you know, a big strategy to try to combat him. If that was their intention, this definitely wasn't it.
Let's switch it up.
Yeah, I don't really like this decision here from Hades. I think he should just go a heavy defense item instead. I forget which one he's going to finish this with. I'm going to have to see. But I think maybe just a breastplate 8 could have worked out better. Yeah, Lotus Crown. Any god effective ability heals gains 20. Yeah, I don't know. He's going to be, I mean, he can use that. A lot of people won't even recognize that. Hades does, you know, he does heal his allies. A lot of people forget that. I used to forget it all the time. People would rage at me because I wouldn't stand in the heal line with them, or, you know, within the wave. But he does heal his allies. But it's not like a very reliable heal, especially when you're on the back foot like this. It's better in like the laning phase. And they are far past the laning phase here. Street is just going for it. He's trying to take it down, but Lennox is here. Wow, so close. I think Death will definitely be able to do this. Lennox just doesn't have the damage. He's wondering when he should jump in, though. Oh, finds the axe. Gotta find his own 3. Ooh, he jumped out the other way. Could have just jumped up the Titan there, but now he wants to take this fight. Oh, misses the 3, but he's gonna find the last auto. Finally. Damn. That was one of the biggest slaughters we've seen in the 2v2. From round 1 to round 2, both just back to back. Hopefully this next one could be a little bit better paced. GG though, great stuff to blue team, and unfortunate, just unfortunate place that the red team put themselves in and couldn't really, you know, fight it out from there. GG.